It's Friday night. All right. Enough of my dancing. We're gonna do a little intro. We're gonna do a little reading is what we're gonna do right here. Okay. You guys had an awesome week, right? I did. I had a wonderful week. Just take a nice deep breath with me. Hold it. And let it out. When you take these really nice deep breaths, you want to take it from the root chakra, okay, and all the way up, and hold it right here in the third eye. And then when you're blowing it out, make sure you're blowing it out all the way through to that like sacral and root chakra, okay? And make sure you're releasing that energy. Repeat that a couple times if you need to. All right. What is the advice for the weekend? Or what do we need to know? Okie dokie. All right. The first 4 cards out. Like I can't even. We had the moon at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So the moon talks about fear, anxiety, secrets, things being illuminated, exposed. What happens in the dark comes to the light. Distress. We have Knight of Cups, okay? We have Justice. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And then we have the Emperor. So what I'm getting is somebody might be coming to ask you out. And it could be part of your justice. You are like literally doing your own thing. You're like la-di-da, la-di-da. Look, you're like paying attention to the flowers on the that you've planted, like the seeds you have planted. Like you're chilling, you're watching these things grow. This is somebody who is an emperor in their emperor energy. So like this is like kind of like how they're coming towards you, like their energy. And this is kind of like their embodiment, like they're the emperor. They have their shit together, okay? The emperor is like someone who's in charge, someone who's a father figure, someone who is, you know, very established, okay? And I feel like you don't see this coming, but now you do. And I'm like, I'm just confirming that this is what this is. So I'm like, is this really what this is? They're like, yes. Yes, look at Strength card. Compassion, forgiveness, just, you know, that inner strength, like having the humility, right, to know like we all go through things and it's part of life and we're here to learn, and you know, like you've just had to have like such amazing strength, okay, and perseverance through all things. So good for you, okay? Yeah, you learned a new perspective. You gained a new perspective. I feel like you've really learned a lot about yourself, okay? And you've learned a lot about people, too, in this past cycle, okay? We've all learned a lot. Hi, how you doing? We've all learned a lot, and now you're teaching others, right? You're helping others. This is somebody who's, like, humanitarian. I feel like the experience of being breadcrumbed is over, okay? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so this is again talking about past cycles, talking about learning things, talking about like changes happening, the wheel of destiny is in motion. I'm also picking up that like because of the perspective you've gained, you've been able to help other people, okay, on your journey and bring massive change to the collective, okay? So this is not just me, okay? This is who else I'm talking to. I feel like energetically, we're all kind of in the same boat. You know who you are, because I talk to you on a regular basis. But energetically, like collectively, we are doing this, okay? And it's to bring change, all right? All right, so I think this person sees how you help other people. It admires that in you. Yeah. Hierophant energy. You are a spiritual leader. You're someone who is loyal, very committed, someone who is focused on their craft, okay, co-creating with the universe. I feel like the divine is bringing in your manifestations, okay, so that's what this is this is what that's telling me right now. Yeah, for an Empress, divine feminine, all right, we have the Emperor and the Empress, like, and what's in between the two of them literally is the Tower, okay. Let me just show you. Here's the Emperor. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just pick you up. Hang on a second. Look. Emperor, Tower, Empress. Told you. Don't mind me. I'm in a weird mood. Anyway, that's cool as shit. All right. What's happening? It's happening. It's happening with the World card. Okay. This is, so when I see this card, I look at the aura, right? The energy, that egg-shaped energy is an aura, represents an aura, okay? And this energy here, it's kind of like a rainbowish, right? It's very beautiful, very bright, kind of like portrays out. And this is like, you know, understanding like your energy impacts many, okay? And this process was for you to kind of like understand that process, understand your energy, understand other people's energy, understand how one can affect someone else's energy, and also how to transmute energy as well as to raise your vibration and frequency, okay? So that's part of what this magician is learning in this process, is how to manipulate energy. And that's kind of why we're here on Earth, is how to learn how to work with energy and manipulate it. And so that's what an Empress learned, okay? This is what that Emperor learned. Okay. Knight of Swords. Is this supposed to be in reverse? No. Okay. Knight of Swords. All right. This is about learning. This is about studying. This is about education. Okay. So you learned. So what I'm getting is you learned that spiritual lesson. Okay. And now it's time to level up. Okay. You learned what you need to learn. Successful completion. Okay. Queen of Cups. Someone who is sweet, loving, kind, deserves love. It's coming in. Being emotionally available to receive, right? Maybe your walls are a bit high. Maybe you're like, what do you want from me? Don't be like that. Let's kind of understand like who deserves that energy and who doesn't, right? Like not everybody's out to get you kind of energy, okay? Again, Page of Cups. We have a lot of cup energy right now. This is also Gemini energy. So it could happen in Gemini season, okay? So just know that you are protected and you're one of God's warriors, all right? This is, you are a defender. You're a fighter and you're a defender, okay? And you're moving on with success and victory, okay? This is fast forward movement. Okay, towards the sun, which is happiness, okay, light of God. Like this is, you know, one of the best cards in the deck. I think some people consider it to be the best card in the deck, okay? So happiness, positivity, enjoying your life. Yeah, new beginnings. Okay, you walked away from many things that you needed to walk away from, and because you did that, you are now in your spiritual power and authority, okay? And you're going to enjoy this beautiful new life of yours, being your most authentic self. So whatever you thought was a loss, you might have had to take an L, but it was an L that wasn't really worth winning in the first place. So this lesson was a blessing in disguise, okay? And my Instacart order is on its way. I only need like a couple things and I'm like, I don't want to go to the store for that. I know. Don't criticize. Whatever. I don't care if you criticize. All right. Queen of Pentacles, right? Stable, abundant, secure, like independence. Like you have learned to heal any type of codependency that you might have. Like now you know that like you're good no matter what on your own. Like you don't need anyone to fill your cup. You could fill your own damn cup. In fact, you can fill your own basket, and your basket is very full. All right, so that was a big lesson to learn as well. Yeah, we have past energy, 6 of Cups. Or it could be children. It could be reminiscing about the past. Yeah, you've let the past person go and you're focused on your future. Yeah, because you know where you've done that self-evaluation, right? Like this past person is dealing with their own self-evaluation that is way overdue, okay? And just know that like judgment also, like you also understanding that like you want to move forward, it requires forgiveness of the past and letting the past go. Like no bitterness, no resentment, no none of that. Like you're just like, I'm good. I learned what I need to go. I've done the healing work. I've released and I'm ready to start that new beginning. That's beautiful. Very, very proud of you. Whew. Deep breath. 4 of Pentacles, right? So this really talks about kind of like holding back, being withdrawn, kind of like preserving your energy because you're just like, I see you. I see you and I'm good. Thank you very much. I feel like, you know, like you really had to like protect your energy, okay? Resources, all of that. I feel like you're going to be going from like the 4 of Pentacles to like a beautiful divine gift, okay? I believe like you heeded the warnings that Spirit gave you when you needed to lay low, okay? And as a result of that, you are being rewarded, okay? Being rewarded. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Especially they saw all the pain that has transpired here. I feel like there's energy that tried to send a ton of energy your way, but the divine is handling it, okay? And these people will experience lack, okay? That's the 4 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, and then we have the Death card, all right? Then we have the Ace of Pentacles, okay? So this is about you taking that pain of yours, all right, and using it to inspire and motivate other people to also heal from their pain and to release it and leave it behind, okay? Because they can't take it with them because there's something far better on the other side, okay? So if you are somebody who kind of been through that process and just you going through that process and making those decisions for yourself and making those changes in your life, you affect all those people around you, okay? Whether you're getting that recognition or pat on the back for it or not, energetically, you are leading by example. And I feel like that's what needs to be said here is that you are an example to other people. And I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about all the ladies and the gents that align with these messages that I am sharing, and have gone through, you know, a major healing, personal development, and spiritual process, okay? That's who my readings are for. I am here to be along with you all, okay? And so I feel like you've turned, yeah, spiritual journey, okay, Hermit. And sometimes it's a lonely process, and I feel like they just want you to know that, like, everything you experienced is going to be worth it, okay? And if you don't get the recognition or see the results right away, they want you to be patient, and they want you to know that you are setting an amazing example for your family, for your friends, for your coworkers, for anybody who energetically is in touch with you, okay? And for you not to feel like it was all for nothing, okay? Because it wasn't all for nothing. Understanding how energy works, right? Yeah, look, healing all of this energy, okay? Yeah, Devil and the 3 of Cups. What is this? Yeah, you being the example for other people to follow, okay? Because right now they're stuck in this, okay? We all see it. We all know people. We all have been here too. Like we're no better than anyone else, right? But this is about transforming this energy you know, and removing ourselves from energy that participates in this. And this can be friends, this can be family, this can be coworkers, you name it, right? And understanding that like we have control, okay? We don't have to engage in this. We don't have to live like this. We have choices, okay? And I feel like you were guided to make this choice, to choose you over this, okay? And this can represent many things. This can represent like family dynamics, karmic cycles. It can represent a workplace. It can represent friend group. It can represent, you know, outside validation. It can represent so many different things. It can represent like the structures we have in place in our school systems, our government, like politics, and, you know, global. Like this is like, you know, there's a lot of control and fear going on. And I feel like you were guided to kind of see the truth, okay? And see through the veil and see and remove yourself and, you know, do the research and do that deep dive. And because you did that deep dive, you know, there's something beautiful at the end of that. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you did that research, okay? This is you being your most authentic self, okay? This is you being that, you know, communicator, that person, you know, people can trust and rely on. I mean, this is also you like working with your subconscious and your conscious mind, okay? And knowing what you want to feed that mind of yours. You want to feed it like what everyone else is being fed, or do you want to actually seek the truth within and with the divine, okay? This is you going within and getting clarity, insight, and divine guidance, okay? And using that as your compass and not using what everyone else is doing as your compass, okay? Like you're not taking everyone's word for it. Like you're like, prove it, show me. Like you're doing that research yourself, and you're letting that be your guide, okay? Yeah, and then we have the King of Pentacles, all right? What's this King of Pentacles representing? We have the King of Pentacles, a Knight of Wands. I feel like somebody was like heavily influenced by the karmic people they have around them, all right? And as a result, you know, they led with greed and, you know, their sexual pleasures, okay? Their feeding of the flesh, okay, for money. I think there's a lot of people who are influenced, okay, by media, by, you know, things that we take in every single day. Like those things are what is being shown as being important and valued, when in fact, like all it does is keep you stuck in a cycle over and over again, okay? And I feel like that's kind of maybe some of the energy we've been dealing with, okay, in our past, whether it be masculine or feminine. Yeah, and it's that desire to like, it's that like monetary greed desire, okay? It's like breaking the cycle of that. And then we have the High Priestess. So this is like seeking inner wisdom and knowledge, okay? Going within, tapping into like ancestral Akashic records type energy, okay? This is like someone who has got high spiritual rank, all right? Yeah. Then we have the Seven of Cups. What's the Seven of Cups about and the High Priestess? Then we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, so this energy, right, chose other options, right, with the Three of Swords, put you in third parties, and a lot of that has to do, and I think a lot of us had to deal with that dynamic in one way, shape, or form, whether it's friend group, family group, actual lovers choosing others over us, and it's because they are avoiding their calling, okay? So, you know, many of us are supposed to be paired up with or learned from these karmics, okay? And some of these karmics were supposed to do their healing work along with us, and instead they chose to continue this, all right? And, you know, what goes around comes around. All right, so they're experiencing this this pain and deceit and betrayal and the slander and the lying and all that. So just, you know, justice is being served here is what I'm kind of getting at. So if you're wondering that, then I have the Page of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So this really talks about like a stable offer's coming in, okay, that is going to leave you in a place better than where it found you, okay? So this is about like stability, you know, financially independent, and so, you know, this is a blessing that's coming in, okay? So it's going, you're going from, you know, the Page of Pentacles is something that has a lot of potential to grow, and it's an opportunity to like start over somewhere else that is stable, equal, and balanced, okay? So that's beautiful. Meanwhile, past energy that you were dealing with are currently in this energy, okay? And you've already healed, you've already done your work on that. Like, just remember that everybody's kind of not on the same timeline. And so even when I do my readings and I'm giving messages, like you may have already passed a certain part of what I'm sharing and you've already done your healing, you're growing, you're experiencing something different. But some people in the collective are kind of just going through this. So just understanding that like some messages might align with you time-wise, some may not. And that's okay, okay? Yeah, so you have a beautiful opportunity coming in, okay? I also feel like the reason why this past energy, whether it be female or masculine, chose the third party, okay, chose somebody else, is because they didn't feel good enough, okay? They didn't have the self-worth or the self-love, all right? They felt like a page and you were the Nine of Pentacles. So this really talks about like this person is very immature looking, very youthful compared to the Nine of Pentacles, which shows maturity, established, grounded, secure, independent. And I feel like they may not have felt like they were an equal match to you. And so therefore, they didn't think that they could provide you this kind of happiness or stability. And so that is why they maintained and operated in this energy, as well as, yeah, that energy. All right. So understanding that like not everything, like a lot of what influences other people is how they feel about themselves, their own self-confidence, their own life experiences, their own trauma, and whether they've done any healing on that or not. So sometimes we take that as our own fault, and it really isn't. You know, and sometimes we have to do healing on that too. Like, why would we assume that like it's all our fault when someone chose somebody else and they had, you know, the bag right in front of them, right? Like that isn't really about the person who's considered the bag. That really is about the person who doesn't feel good enough and, you know, did the most, right, to hurt somebody who was just, you know, looking for happiness, love and light, and you know, instead they created a lot of pain and suffering. So they are definitely going to be going through it. All right. Because, you know, you learned a lesson about self-love, and now this person's going to learn a lesson about self-love. How they get there is none of your business, right? Because at the end of the day, y'all get there. 10 of Pentacles, right? 9 to the 10 of Pentacles. So this talks about growth. This talks about, like, you were destined to go through this experience, and it was for your highest and greatest good, and you have all the support of your ancestors, your guides, your spirit team, and you did what you were supposed to do. You learned what you were supposed to learn, and this is like, congratulations. Congratulations. So that's very cool. I'm having like some raspiness, some throat chakra. Yeah, look at this. Ace of Swords. Truth, clarity, protection. That was like almost an Ace Ventura moment. Did you see that? And then we have the Ace of Cups. All right. So you have a major divine blessing coming in, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. All right. So all that faith, all that hard work, all that perspective, you know, and those days where you're just like, oh, this is so screwed up, da 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 da, right? Like, we all have those days, but just know and trust that, like, because your faith was unwavering, because you trusted the process, because you believe, right, and you have all this faith, you will be blessed in front of everybody for them to see, because you did put the hard work in. You did have your head down when everyone was doing all kinds of fuck shit, and you chose to not retaliate, not engage, not participate. You handled yourself with humility, and you rose above the situation, okay? For any of those individuals, that's who this message is for, okay? Because you understood the big picture, and that's what this was about. Understanding the bigger picture and things, and letting the divine do what it does best, which is handle it. Handle it. Yeah, look, handling it. Look, Six of Wands talks about, you know, the support, right? The support for a job well done. This is victory and success. This is a celebration card. This is happiness. This is like everybody rallying around to celebrate the champion. Okay? So we have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Six of Wands, which is victory. So just know that, like, the divine wins. All right, no matter what anyone else tries to accomplish, at the end of the day, you know, the divine turns it into something that is salvageable, something that we all learn from, something that we all, like, can experience for our highest and greatest good, and that's what this is talking about. So if this isn't an ending message of having faith and surrendering to the divine, I don't know what is. And I don't need any more cards. So, okay. Love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye now.